Hi, I'll describe in this video how can you participate in ANAC 2019 Supply Chain Management League using Java. So that's the ANAC website. We go to Supply Chain Management section and go for participation. This file contains all the information you need, either directly or it will be linked on in this file. We go near the end. These are the resources. And for Java development, we need the JNegMAS library. Let's go to it. That's the source code on GitHub. JNegMAS is not a standalone library. It works in conjunction with NegMAS. So you must have a NegMAS installation because all testing and simulation will happen in NegMAS. If you didn't install NegMAS yet, there is another video describing how to do that, and I'll put a link to it in the comments. So you can go there and install NegMAS to be ready to the next step. Now we will clone JNegMAS. Okay. And here in our Java environment, we will just clone it, git clone, and I already have this folder, sorry, so im and gen clone. Okay. Now go into this folder that we just downloaded from the web, ls what is inside. This is the source code. We use Gradle for building, so the first step you can do is to build the jar. Gradle shadow jar with a capital J. This will build JNegMAS for you. Okay, now you can run JNegMAS, which is the connection to your NegMAS simulation. To do that, you just run java-jar build libs JNegMAS. Currently we are version 2.1. As you can see, it is now running. So now your Java factory managers, if they are written in the JNegMAS library, can be used from NegMAS. Last time we installed NegMAS. Let's confirm the version, NegMAS version. That's 0.2.7. Okay. So that's the latest version. And now we can actually run a tournament including both Python and Java agents. To do that, we run NegMAS tournament. We will use the standard Python competitors, which are the greedy factory manager and the do nothing factory manager. We will add another Java competitor using Java competitors dummy middleman. That's a factory manager that we have implemented in Java for testing purposes. Steps. What are the steps of the simulation? We will just run it for 15 steps, and we will run the standard ANAC competition type, and the maximum number of floors we want to simulate is 4. Number of runs for each one of them is 1, and the number of configs that we will have is 1. So it will generate only one configuration and run all the competitors in all permutations. Actually, all permutations here are 6 because we are limiting it to 4 runs. It will just randomly sample 4 of these 6 possibilities and run the tournament. Okay. As you can see now, it is running. You will know that it's running by looking at the JNegMAS output. Here it is telling you how many Java objects and Python objects are being created and the copies between them. This just for the backend purposes. But the tournament is now running. Let's keep it and let's see what's inside our agent, our source code. So we just go to code, scratch, Java, JNegMAS. Okay, and that's the source code of JNegMAS. Contain few tests. It's not well tested, and here is the whole source code. The reason I opened that is to show you that it actually looks exactly the same as the Python version. So for each object that exists in the Python library, there is an object, a class with for each class there is a class of the same name here, and you can use it as a proxy for the Python class. That means that if you need any documentation that is not available in the JNegMAS library, you can just read it in the NegMAS library. It will work exactly the same. Okay. So let's open a new terminal here. Scratch. So now one word have completed running. But how can I develop a new factory manager? I will open my IDE. I'm using in IntelliJ IDEA. You can use any IDE. Your factory manager should be developed inside the package called factory managers. I'll open it now. Everything is slow because the tournament is running. It's using all of my cores. Okay, that's JNegMAS. And here is the source. We go inside it, main, Java, JNegMAS, apps, the same structure as the NegMAS library, SCML, and here factory managers. To develop a new factory manager, you have to create a new class here. But let's see the one that we already have. Sorry. SCML factory managers. We already have the dummy middleman. So what does this one look like? That's the dummy middleman. Just increasing the font slightly. We don't need that. We don't need this. Just focus on what we have here. So these are supporting classes, but that's what we really need to implement. A class, you give your name here, you extend the do nothing factory manager, does nothing, and then you can add more functionality. Here I define some internal members, and I override the functions I need to override. What I'm doing here is that I'm overriding init to do some initialization, and I'm initializing whenever I'm asked to confirm anything, I accept it. So I confirm all contract execution or partial contract execution. And whenever a contract is signed, I will create new call for proposals based on it and submit them. Whenever I'm asked to respond to negotiation requests, I will decide whether or not to create a negotiator, and I'm using aspiration negotiator here. And that's what I do in on new call for proposal. I'm not going to explain that. You can read it yourself. But what this agent is doing is that it's trying to buy anything that's available and then sell it for a higher price. That's what it's trying to do. So it's not producing anything. And as you will see, it will not make much money. So that's not a good strategy. So let's make our new agent. We just right-click, new Java class, and our class will be called my agent, for example. Okay, and it extends abstract. Let's make it extend the do nothing factory. I now have an actual agent. It doesn't do anything, but we can actually test it. To test that, we will need to rebuild. So Gradle, shadow jar. Okay, we rebuilt it, and we will need to restart the library. We restarted the jar file. The previous tournament finished, As you can see, the do nothing factory manager is the best thing because we run it for a very short time, and as we explained earlier, greedy factory manager actually loses money if you run it for a short time. The middleman doesn't make much money in any case, so it's always losing. Okay, but now we can just rerun this using our newly generated agent. We just need to change the Java competitor from dummy middleman to our new one. Let's put both of them. My agent. That's what I called it. Of course, because we have a semicolon, we need to put this in double quotation. Okay. Now we are running the dummy middleman, and this my agent does nothing against the do nothing factory manager and greedy factory manager. And we can start a code. As you can see, it is running. Okay, so that's it for today. I'll not show you the result here. You can just try it yourself. Thank you.